I have recently done a video on a baby S4 3-litre TDI, and people said, it's not a real S4. Then West Mids have said, come down and see ours, and this is it. This is West Mids S4 Pursuit Special, and I'm going to be showing you what it's about. This is a 350 brake horsepower, 3-litre petrol turbo S4. 0-60 is 4 seconds, and again, at top speed, I cannot tell you. It is classified because they won't tell me. But to know more, it's my best buddy. Come on, Handsome, get in.
How are we doing?
How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
So this is Rich Adams again, one of the best pursuit drivers you've told me that you are.
Apparently.
Is that right?
Oh,
So all his mates are going to be giving him a load of stick about it.
Yeah.
What's best? S4, S3 we're going to be doing soon, and the Golf R. You had one of three to pick. What are you going to be picking? What's your first, second and third?
I personally, I'd probably go with the S4.
Right.
I just think, come wet or dry, they handle so well, really sit into the road well. And then it's a toss-up between, I'd say, the S3 and the Golf R. They're, again, both brilliant vehicles, brilliant to drive, fun to drive.
So the Golf R comes last?
Joint second.
There's going to be people out there now that are going, boo,
No doubt,
boo.
yeah.
But in Bradford, all they are, everywhere, are Golf Rs or S3s, and all everyone says to me is my S3 is going to dust that, my Golf R is going to dust that, and this sort of thing. But it's not all about speed. These are used for crime vehicles. These are used, obviously, to stop the criminals on the roads, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you've got to have something that matches what the criminals are using.
Yeah, ultimately our goal is to not have to use that speed. We try and do everything preemptively. We try and prevent pursuits. That is our number one goal. But of course, in this world that we work in and live in, there comes a time when pursuits do occur, and we need something that can perform on a level closer to what we're up against, basically.
Because I remember before I left the police, a lot of jobs that I were involved in, there were a lot of like M4s, there were a lot of RS6s, there were a lot of, especially high profile cash jobs, cash in transit jobs, things like that, and there are RS6s, and you've got to like be able to, I'm not saying it's about keeping up, but you've got to have a vehicle that's going to be doing the job. This is an Audi S4, and after spending 20 years in the police, these vehicles are chased constantly, and one of its main rivals is the M4. I would not buy an Audi S4 or M4 without doing a check first on Car Vertical. Car Vertical's easy to use, a simple website. You put your registration details in, and it brings up if the car's been stolen, clocked mileage, involved in enemy damage, or outstanding finance. The report I'm going to show you now has got two sets of pictures on. One of them is an M4. I mean, look at the pictures there. Absolutely stunning car, and yes, I'd buy it. However, if you look at the top, it comes up, certain issues have been flagged. Look at the other pictures and look at the damage now on that. You would not want to spend £40,000 of your hard money on a car that looks like that. The best thing is, if you put your details in to Car Vertical and nothing comes back, you will get the credits to spend next time. If you want a discount through Car Vertical, use the links shown below. Car Vertical just want to keep you safe, so you buying the correct vehicles for you and your family, so they're not being stolen, involved in any damage, or flagged up in any way, shape or form. Remember, you can click on the links below or use Interceptor code for 20% off. Thank you, Car Vertical, for what you're doing and keeping people safe. So if you're looking at this all lit up then, it's pretty much how the Golf is, isn't it? And I take it, do you have your own sort of fit that you want to have with the Golf, the S3 and the S4, the same sort of look? So all vehicles are uniform when they're in a pursuit and what they're doing?
Yeah, so when the road crime team came to fruition about 12 months ago, these were conversations that took place discussing the style of lights. And officers, we had the opportunity to give our opinion on what we would like, what we think works best. So yeah, we're at a point now where it's relatively uniformed across the fleet.
High screen lights are a massive bonus, because before we used to have a lot of our unmarked cars that had blue lights on the dashboard, but when you're looking at cars now, the majority of cars are SUVs or getting built up, so they've got a smaller rear window and it's a lot higher up. So a lot of times we're behind cars and they didn't know we were there. So the bonus to having lights at the top of the windscreen is good for letting people know that when we're getting closer, we need you to move out of the way and we need to be coming through.
Yeah, of course, and the nature of an unmarked car is it is harder to see, especially in bright sunshine, for example. If the sun's glaring on the car at a certain angle, the lights can be more difficult to see. So it's important, as you say, the lights are higher up and make sure they're in people's eye line when
Yeah.
they're driving.
We get a lot of people saying unmarked cars are entrapment.
Mhm.
We don't make you go fast. We don't make you pick up your mobile phone. We don't make you not wear your seatbelt.
Yeah.
We don't make you get involved in crime.
Yeah.
You do that on your own.
Absolutely.
The only thing for police officers are, you
Yeah.
do it in front, you've got to deal with it.
Yeah.
If you're an unmarked car and you're driving along and you pick up your phone for the police to stop you, you wouldn't do it if it were a marked car.
Mm.
So what do you think for people that say it's entrapment?
Needless to say, totally disagree. It's not entrapment. People are responsible for their own behaviour ultimately. I don't come to work, and I think a lot of my colleagues, we don't come to work to target decent working people. We come to target criminals.
Yeah.
So what I would say to those decent working people, don't put me in a position where I have to stop you and give you a ticket or deal with you for committing a traffic offence that was in your power not to do in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's on you. If you're abiding by the road laws, then we're not an issue to you.
You need to be responsible for your own actions, don't you? You
course.
pass your test, and if you wouldn't do it on the test,
Absolutely.
you shouldn't be doing it
Simple.
in real life. Anyway, not
Yeah.
real life, but you shouldn't be doing it on day to
Yeah.
day. Oh, very nice. So this is a 3-litre V6 turbo, 350 brake horsepower. I say it to all the people, and you know what's coming, don't you?
I do.
Have you, as West Mids, or has anyone done anything under the bonnet to make this vehicle faster?
Nothing under the bonnet. They can put me in the driver's seat. That might make it go quicker. But other than that,
He said it again. The amount of bullying you're going to get from your
Yeah,
colleagues.
a lot.
We're doing this for a bit of fun. His colleague's going to rib him. In the S4, first of all, this is really comfy.
Yeah.
It's proper leather as well, isn't it?
Proper, yeah.
You're in a proper leather-seated car. Right, tell me about it, because I can see there's not a lot of equipment in here. However, I can also see a Inspector Bowman sticker.
Yes.
So that means it's the boss's car, is that right?
Not quite. So when the road crime started up in its infancy, we needed to get cars quickly for their job role. This was, I think, the kind of first really high performance vehicle they got, the S4. And just to get it on the road quickly, it wasn't sent off for all the kind of normal kit to be fitted to it. So it didn't have the cameras that are now in all the other vehicles. Didn't have the normal radio pack.
Got like a stick-on post here, basically.
Yes.
I take it that's for the body cam that you can click up. So most cars actually have internal cameras.
Yes, it is.
This one's not. So the body cam you've got on there,
Correct.
each person in the car will have their camera.
Yeah.
And then you obviously can stick one on
Ultimately, the same cameras. So there is a spare fleet just for the car, spare fleet of cameras. Same principle. It films the road exactly the same, pretty much. But it just has to be activated manually.
Right.
So when something cracks off, activate the camera manually. It loops back 30 seconds, so you pick up any audio and video that occurred just prior to starting it.
So the idea being is if you miss somewhere and you bang it on, you've actually recorded it as well. So
absolutely.
That's really good then as well, because when you've got someone in the car or something's happened and you think, I've just missed that.
Yeah.
It's actually
you're
straight on the button and you've done it.
Yeah.
I was going to ask her, why is the Inspector Bowman, and boss, when you're watching, I do apologise, but we've been having a bit of a laugh. Why is the Inspector sticker on it? Is it what it is, actual car?
No. I think it's a case when it first landed here.
For?
when the car first landed here at the department, I think maybe officers from other teams had designs on getting their hands on it.
Right.
So the gaffer made it quite clear with a high-tech sticker in the front that it is only for the road crime team and not for general purpose.
So we are at the back of the S4 and we're going to show you what's inside. Like we said, it's a crime team vehicle, so there's not going to be much inside, but throw it open and let's have a bit of a chat about something. So one of the main things I want to get involved in these videos are, you've got certain kit for fighting crime, but what have you got for fighting lives? Fighting lives, is that a real thing to say? Saving lives?
Yeah, probably a better description. So one of the most vital bits of kit now that a lot of police cars are carrying, and I'd assume at some point all police cars will or should be carrying, is what we call the shorthand version, the defib, or a defibrillator.
Right.
So this can very much be the difference between life and death.
Yeah.
And needless to say, we attend road traffic collisions, as well as stabbings and all sorts of incidents, where people are fighting for their life. Defibrillator, the idea of it is if someone is going into cardiac arrest and their heart is not effectively working properly, that shocks you and flatlines you and restarts the heart properly. And the quicker it's applied to someone who's in cardiac arrest, the better chance they've got of survival.
You're not just crime team. Your job is to catch organised crime nominals.
Yeah.
But if you're driving down the road and you're on 2 district channels, and let's just say, for instance, a job comes in at a house where someone's poorly, you're off, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We're first and foremost, we're police officers, and saving life and limb is our primary objective. So yeah, we can get involved in jobs outside of the roads arena. That could be in houses, wherever, sports arenas, where if that defib can come into use and our first aid skills come into use, then yeah, we will go.
Right, so again, you're not just there to prosecute, you are there to help and to save lives, and it can be anything. It can be anything from children to elderly people or anything. So again, like I said, thank you so much for what you do as well. So back to the inside of the car. So again, this is the S4, and I am going to say, because I've done a second video, this is the so thank you, West Mids. They're not going to be bothered about that anyway. Access is very stunning. I feel prestige now. I feel like I'm one of those prisoners that should be wearing a Gucci tracksuit or something that says sexy across bum. So loads of room. Look at the leg room on this. Look at that. And baby. What are you laughing at me for?
I can't believe how much you do like.
Headroom is brilliant. Sexy seats in front, plush leather, heated seats for me there, so if I'm a criminal on my way back from being locked up, I can keep my bum warm. Out of this is the first one I'm going to do. It's a 12 out of 10. It's an S4, and West Mids have got a 12 out of 10. So that is the review of the West Mids Audi S4. I think you'll agree it's an absolutely insane car. It's absolutely stunning, and we're going to pitch it up against the S3 in the next video. Keep watching if you like it. Please click like and subscribe, and we're going to be back next week for some more videos. Keep smiling, everybody, and big love.